did our first Python script in the previous video. So we installed Visual Studio that can understand what is Python over there, and your PC understand what is Python, and we have installed all the toolbox, so we are ready indeed. So we said we want to import the code of someone else to be able to wait a bit, to manage the time. We say hello, we store an information age like this, and we display it. Now we do a condition. He said, while it is true, I want to execute this block over there. And we use the tabulation to say, hey, this is the code contained in the while. So we do that, wait, then we go in a for, and for is for the number of time, for this, do that. And we say for 0, 1, 2, 3, for the range who go from 0 to 4, we could write it like this if you want. From the range from 0 to 4, we want to do here an action. And the 0, 1, 2, 3 will be stored in a variable that is called g. Or we can rename if you want. It will be counter or counting if you want, like that. Like that. Beautiful. So that's what we call programming language, and that's what we call Python. So there is a grammatical way to write with tabulation, with dots at the end of the while, with double dots at the end of the for, with some bracket over there, with some variable, with some text. And so all that are stuff that more you will use them, more you will understand them, and it is in all the language kind of the same. So learning here will help you learn C#, and C# will learn you how to use Python and stuff like this. So what we need to do in this video is turn this script over there to some action in World of Warcraft. So we have our small guy over there waiting for us to kill some mob. And what we need to do is tab 1111 tab 1111 tab instead of the code I did before. So how do we do that? We check the code that I did. So we go in download, we go in Scratch To Warcraft, we go in Python Bridge, and we go in sample demo, Scratch demo. And here you can see that we have one tab. So we'll open it and check a bit how it's working. So I take the file and put it here, like this. So as you can see, in my code, I'm saying, hey, I want to be able, is it a good idea, this one? Yeah, I want to be able to import socket. And socket, it means I want to send some information on the network. I want to import the code struct that allow me to turn some information to 1 and 0, because in computer, everything is 1 and 0. And I want a bit of time. So, okay, take that. Beautiful. Like this. Now, the stuff is that we need to target on the power 1. And if you watch at Scratch To Warcraft, so the program I am doing for you, you can see that here we have some number over there. What we want to do is press 1. So if you look at 1 here, 1 is this number. And release will be this number. Press, release. Okay? Where do we want to target? We want to target a computer that is my computer locally. So if you have another computer, you have to change by the address IP of the computer here. And the port is the one of the application of earlier. If you remember, when I go here in Python Bridge and I launch the Integrate to Warcraft, I get this like this. He say, hey, send me information there and there on this IP and this board. So this IP and this board. Nice. So now what I want to do is to say, hey, I need to send those information. I need to send this number to him at this application. And so basically, as you can see here, I have some commands, and those commands know how to do it. So do you need to understand them? Nope. You just need to use them. So here, basically, I'm saying, hey, give me the target you want to send, give me the port of the application you want to contact, give me the player you want to interact with, and give me the number you want me to send to this player. So press release, what do you want me to do on this player? And here it's the time, but we don't use it, so I put 0. So that's what it's doing here. So let's take that and let's put it in your code. So over there. So def, it means we want to be able to do something. When I call this method, this function, I want, with those stuff that I will give you over there, to do something. Here is the IP, so the IP of computer. Here is the port of application. So it's just some name that we give for a better reading. Here is the ID of the player, and here is the ID of the key here. So now we say, hey, I want to turn those player and those ID key, this key I want to use. Yeah, it's a bit complex, but yeah, you just need to copy it and understand it later. But basically what I'm saying is, say, take this player, take this ID, and turn them into something that look like this. Like this. So now that we have those 1 and 0, we want to send them on the network. And if you look at how to use the code of Python, you say, by create a network like this, then you give me the IP of the computer. Rename. Give me the IP of the computer. Give me the port of the application, and I will send the information to him, the 1 and 0. Then I will close the connection. So I just open, send, close. Beautiful. So now what we want to do is to do something like this. I want to send a message to the IP port, so 127.0.0.1. The port is 7073. The player is 0 to say everybody. So 1 is the 1, 2 is the 2, 3 is the 3, but 0 means everybody. And I want to send the key tab. So if we look at tab, so 1 is 39 and tab is 09, like this. So tada, we want to tab, and then we want to release like this. The stuff is that we want to do that, and then we want to do the power. So we want to say, hey, can you send the information to the application to press the key 1 here and to release the key 1. So now that I do that, it's ugly like hell, but now that I do that, it should work. So let's see. I have my champion over there. Yup. Beautiful champion. Then I press play. And ta-da! So we have the application that we launch, the Integer to Warcraft over there, with this port and this address, who receive the information we send him, and he do what we tell him to do. So he do tab, then he attack, tab, then 1 attack, 2 attack, and he do 3 and 4. And apparently I'm too powerful for the dummy, so we could do 3. 1, 2, 3. So if we want to do 3, we stop the application, and be careful that when you press a key, you need to release it. So for example, now the button 1 is still pressed. I stopped the application, but the key is still pressed. So be careful with that, because your character will do something like that often, like moving in the wall because you forget to remove the key, or he will do like because you forget to remove the turning right. So yeah, it's something to consider. So tab power, we want to do it 3 times. So 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, sorry. So for example here it say, if you look at the documentation, he say, hey, I will go from 0 to the number excluding the 4. I don't know where it is put, but it's excluding. Omit it. It stop and it omit it to 4. So yeah. It's ugly. What is ugly? Here you can see that we have plenty of information. So if we say, no, now it's not the 1, but it's the 3. Then you need to change here, and then you need to change here, and then you need to change here. But if you have a big software, it will be really boring to do that, because you will have a lot of coding around. So what you want to do is create what we call a variable. A variable is a small space when you can store something. And so what you would do is you say, hey, I want to create target IP like this, egal, and you say, hey, I want to store this number over there, and us is this one. Then you want to do a new one, that is target port, like this, and a new one that is key tab equal and key power 1 equal that. Ta-da! So you say, hey, here is the PC I want to target, here is the power I want to target, here is the tab key, and here is the power 1 key. So now what you can do is say, hey, instead of writing everywhere this one, I will just say, hey, take what I store over there, take what I store over there, take what I store over there, and take what I store over there. Ta-da! Now you do the same for the port, like this, and now you say the same for the power. And that was tab, sorry. So now we have a problem. Why? Because it's 1000 and not 1000 and not 2000. So 1000 mean I press, 2000 I mean I release. So here I press, but if I want to release, I need to add 1000. So that plus 1000 equal 2009. And that plus 1000 here is 2049. See the idea? What is the last one? Is the player you target. So player ID targeted, like that. So if I press 1, it means only the first one. If I press 2, it will be the second player, and if I press 3, it will be the third player. And here, if I press 0, it means everybody. So if you do multiboxing, if you do multiple characters on the same computer, you can choose who received the message. Like this, like this, like this, like this. Ta-da! And so now, as you can see, you have a small program. You say, hey, I want to be able to talk about network, I want to convert in 1 and 0, and I want to import the time. And Eloy said that he wants an integer, so 2 value, player index, yeah, and Q here is for long, it's a time. So in a certain order that is called little endian, so it's technical word, but it just give me this format and I will understand it. So that's something you need to copy paste and don't understand until you understand. But basically I'm saying, hey, turn that to 1 and 0, boom, open the network, send the message to him, and then close the network. And so here I say hello, some commands, display the age, then we target this PC, we target this application, we want to be able to tab and make some pour, we want to be able to send to everybody, and let's start. While it's true, I want to tab, wait a bit, and release tab. Release tab because 2000 instead of 1000. Remember the grid here. Yup. Press release. Yup. So tab, stop tabbing. For 3 times, you want to press the power 1 and release the power 1, and ta-da! I don't know if it's clear, but basically that's what you do here. And so he will receive that and interpret it and do that here. And so if I press play, I say, hey, execute it. He received the information here, like this, as you can see. Ta-da! He come here, and here we have our character that will tab 1, 2, 3, tab 1, 2, 3. And so if your mage is level 7, you have a little trick that you can do. You take the explosion of Arcana and you have this. Ta-da! And now we can wait to be level 10. And why we are doing that? We are doing that because the tutorial, this part of the boat, is mandatory. You cannot skip it. You need to, at least with 1 character per account, do it. So when you do it 1 per account, it's okay. And the stuff is that if you are on America, Asia, or Europe, it's not, you have to do 3 times. So if you are on the 3 server, you need to do it at least 3 times. And so yeah. And here you can see that there is a player over there, so I probably will have a report. So I can stop doing it just for the player and do it at a later time, or continue and risk a report and risk to screw the morale, the joy of this guy. Because seeing a bot botting is really, every time I see a bot botting, it screw my day. So don't do that during the hour where humans are. And try to do it without human being around. A solution you can do, and this channel is about learning how bots behave, so I will show you a solution to that problem. Stop botting, yeah, like this. A solution you can do is this. Where is the video? So I need a lot of character to be on the same server, and it looked like something like this. So what you do is that you try to connect with a lot of accounts at the same time. And when you connect with 4, 5, 6 accounts at the same time, then you will be able to be all on the same boat. It's not a good video, it's another one. Nah, I think it's this one. Here. So what you do is you try to connect with 5, 6, or 7 accounts, and as soon as you have 4 accounts that is on the boat, then you are almost protected, because the boat can only allow 4 to 5 people, and usually it will be 4, and sometime a 5 will appear. And so what you do is you try to connect several accounts to claim an instance of the boat. And like that, human won't join your instance, and you will be able to farm until level 10 without disturbing the player and without killing the vibe of the human player. It's something to know, and if you want to counter that, because our aim is to fight bots, you take a burglar, you go level 10, like that you have stealth that allow you to be invisible, and then you go on a boat and you stay all the day on the boat. And The stuff is that the bot will try to join the room, and he will join the room without seeing you in the boat. And he don't see you, so he will start botting. And when he start botting, you know he's a bot, and you can report it. So if you want to fight this kind of behavior, the one you see here, the best solution is just to have a stealth burglar in the boat and wait. So you just put like 8 burglar on different servers, so on all the servers of the world. So 4 in America, 1 in Asia, 6 in Europe. And like that, you are on every boat of World of Warcraft, and you just wait. And every time you see a bot, report, report, report. It's useless because there will be always bots, but it's kind of a way of doing it. You could create an application that do tab, friendly tab. So basically here, if I go on the WoW account, but yeah, basically you can counter that by just having a burglar in the first place in the boat. Sometimes you are 4 and there is a 5 people who appear, because instant is 5 people, and sometimes WoW will say, hey, I don't have room anywhere, so I put the 5 player over here. So the bots, the algorithm of WoW will try to make group of 4 until he cannot, and then he will do group of 5. And that's what's happening in those videos. Look, I'm 4, and at one point, if it, ta-da, panic. And so level up from level 1 to level 10, doing this technique, take about 1 hour, something like that. So it's really, really quick. It's kind of too quick. And in 1 hour you can level 10, and then you skip the tutorial, or you finish the tutorial, if you to decide. But yeah, I will now show you the worst situation. So yesterday I was trying to have 8 accounts, to have 1 burglar per server to be able to fight the bots. And so the burglar are not on the same boat, and so it was 4 o'clock in the morning, so I was expecting not a lot of player, but I don't know why yesterday at 3 and 5 in the morning we were there were a lot of people moving around on the server. See, there's a human here, there is a human here, 2 human here, and all the night during very late night there were plenty of human everywhere, like this. Worst case scenario, if you do that, you'll have a report, you will kill the vibe, you are technically bothering Blizzard and the player of Blizzard, so they can attack you, I think, in justice, because you are screwing the player base. You are at the start of the game, so basically you are saying, hey, you are new to the game, here is some bots. So don't do that. I recorded yesterday this part because I was like, it's the perfect example of what not to do here. And so yeah, if you want to do that in a gentle way, what I would tip to you to do, instead of doing 8 like this on all the server, and so it's 4 plus 5, it's 11 accounts. Instead of doing 11 accounts at the same time, to avoid killing the player base and killing the vibe, do 4 accounts on the same server, you go to level 10, and then you restart, and you do that 11 times. So instead of doing all the 11, 1 each on a boat, just do 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 11 times, and like that you minimize the number of players you disturb. And if you succeed to have 5 characters in the same boat, then it would be perfect, but that's not you to choose, so yeah. And yeah, that's the end of this tutorial about how to program a bit of Python and what to do and not to do. And see you in the next video. I'm not sure if I go directly on Unity. Basically, I could continue on the Python part, but the problem is that I don't want to do a full workshop on Python now. I want to go in Unity, because in Unity it's easier to do loop and coroutine and several things at the same time, or move with the keyboard, move with button and stuff like that. So I think I will directly go to Unity in the next video. See you in the next video. May the code be with you, and good learning.